Hey, Tubies, this is Psychic Bob. It is so awesome to be with you. Well, I wanted just to start today by saying thank you. Thank you to all of you who came out to my recent video about the mystical spirit totem of the owl. If you haven't seen that, that's the video in the queue right before this one. Definitely check it out. Got a lot of great comments on that. You guys gave a lot of thumbs up. It was wonderful. I'm so glad that you guys enjoyed them. We'll be having more about totem spirits. Next week we're going to talk about the mystical raven. So I'll let you know when we have that coming. That'll be a few days. But, this morning it's Thursday. And you know what that means? Zodiac Thursday. And I was sitting here looking at my big Zodiac wheel. And, today the moon is in the sign of Scorpio. Here's Scorpio down here. That's the scorpion. And this is a wonderful sign. Scorpio energy is deep and powerful. It's mystical. It's a fire energy. And Scorpios have a lot of passion for life. And it also makes them great visionaries because Scorpio takes that firepower, it projects it out into the universe, and they come back with inspirations, wisdom, and vision. So if you're a Scorpio, you got a lot of energy working for you today, and it's your power day. And even if you're not a Scorpio today, this is a wonderful time for you to work on that psychic self, to tune into mystic visions. Absolutely. Anyways, I'm so glad you're here. And, if you want to learn more about that today's energy, you need to go over to my website at robert-hickman.com. I'll put the link in the info box below. But I am now posting daily horoscopes. For those of you who are new here, you can go to my website 7 days a week and get a horoscope. That's right, I put them up every day for you guys. So you want to definitely check that out. It's absolutely free. If you don't know what your zodiac sign is, I give the dates after each sign so you can find the sign where your birthday falls in the date range, and that's your sign, okay? Anyways, today I want to talk about an amazing and mystical subject. I got a wonderful letter from one of my viewers. This is from Shauna Corbeau. Hi, Shauna. I really like Shauna's question to me. She wrote this the other day on one of my videos, and I told her, I said, Shauna, I love this. We're gonna talk about this. I'm gonna read Shauna's letter here, and it says, Dear Psychic Bob, I would love to hear about whether we are the same zodiac sign when we reincarnate each time, and what that means to our soul contract. Intense. Very, very good question. Wow, I like that. I think that's probably the best question of the week, honestly. Very profound, very deep stuff here. Well, let me tell you, Shauna, it's been my experience. Now, I can't speak for every psychic on earth, but in the readings that I have done, when I look at people's past lives, I don't necessarily see them reincarnating as the same zodiac sign every time. I think that, we take on different signs at various incarnations to work out our karma, you see. But there are people, now let me just back up a little bit. I do believe that as part of your life theme, your life contract, when you come in, you do get to choose many times the specifics, the time of your birth, the place, the family. And so in a sense, you construct your own horoscope in the spirit world, okay? And so if you want to reincarnate as the same sign, I think you really can, Now, of course, remember, every time a soul incarnates, it's a combination of what you choose to do, but also there's guidance and input from your spirit guides, the council of elders in the spirit world, because every person that comes here has a council that helps them plan their incarnation. So I think if you chose the exact same zodiac sign every time, that could, in some senses, limit your growth, possibly, but But that's a very good question. It's just been my experience that people don't necessarily take or have to take the same sign every time because of, free will and soul contracts. Now, what's interesting though is when we talk about the horoscope and the zodiac, do you know that in the horoscope, when you chart a horoscope, there's actually alignments within the horoscope of planets that point to soul contracts and to karmic issues. And these areas are known as the north node and the south node of the moon's placement. Now, in fact, let me put a graphic up here to kind of illustrate this. Okay. See, as you can see, the placement of the moon in relation to your birth chart has what at one end is called the north node of the chart, and the other end is the south node. And these are usually opposite houses in the zodiac. And the north node tends to be what you've come in to do. It represents the house of the node, and the planets in it represent kind of your destiny, what you've come for, what you're working out. So as you plan different incarnations and different lifetimes, you may actually have to have a different, and really generally you will have a different alignment of planets. So this is what would create most likely a different zodiac sign for each incarnation. Now, there's also the south node, and the south node tends to also represent past life issues, past life karma. It's kind of like some of the struggles that you entered life with from former lives. It's about issues or tendencies in your soul makeup that are challenges that you need to let go. And if you were to look at the north node on a chart and the south node, north node would tend to be more like the positive, like the good things, the goals, the aspirations. The south node means where you're limited, where your challenges. So like if you came in with the south node, with like a lot of Uranian planetary influence there, that could indicate a lot of erratic behavior. Maybe you need to tone it down in this life and not be an extreme person. So it's my experience as people are working out their karma, as they are working out their soul journey, they choose the alignment of their horoscope chart before they're born to help maximize the power for success in that incarnation. I've had many people over the years come for readings, and sometimes I'll see, like in a former life, for example, they may have been an alcoholic. And when I'm reading for them, I see this past life karma. And sometimes I'll say, Bob, that's so funny because in this life, I've always had to be surrounded by alcoholics. I can't stand alcohol. I don't drink it. I don't even ever want to touch it. And sometimes that's kind of like put in their lives to remind them of where they came from so they don't go there again. You see, and I think if you were to do a horoscope chart on people like that, it would show, for example, in the south node that they had addictive tendencies in their past lives. And that shows up in this chart. And it would show also, most likely in their chart, that they came in with energies that were not addictive and that they were not necessarily drawn to that they were much more advanced in this lifetime. So as far as the horoscope chart, it can show past life karma. It can show future, soul growth and evolution. And when we look at that from an astrology perspective, absolutely, we can see that it does have a part in the soul contract, okay? So anyways, it's kind of a complex subject, but I hope that gives you maybe just a little bit of insight and answers that question. So what it means to our soul contract is that we get to help set our destiny for our soul growth. So yeah. Anyways, I hope that answers your questions. I think that's a wonderful question, Sean, and I really appreciate you taking the time to write to me with it. Anyways, guys, listen, just a real quick announcement here. Psychic Bob is not going to be with you for a few days. Don't panic. Everything's okay. I'm just going to be traveling. I'm going to be visiting my mom, and helping her out. Since my father's passed, She needs a little help these days. So I'm going to be traveling there. Everything's fine, no problems. It's going to be a nice trip. I'm looking forward to it. And but anyways, I will be back with you guys on next Tuesday. So don't worry, Psychic Bob hasn't forgotten you. But in the meantime, every day I want you to go over to my website and get your horoscopes. And that way you'll get a little psychic help from me every day. I won't have the access to post videos from where I am, so that's why I'm just letting you know in advance not to worry, okay? But you can get your daily horoscopes. I will be doing Instagram posts as well. I will put my link to Instagram. You can follow me at Instagram every day, as well as at my website with my horoscopes. So there you go. So Psychic Bob, even when he has to go away, tries to look out for you. I don't want to leave you with no spiritual help, okay? But we'll be back next Tuesday, and we'll have messages from the spirit world then. So I'm looking forward to it. So listen, I hope you guys have a wonderful end of the week, a blessed weekend, and I'll be back with you next week. Thanks for being here. Oh, and of course, next Thursday, we'll have another Zodiac Thursday.